Hey everybody, welcome back to Wallet Reset. It's your host Mike Malbrough. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to get more clients and how to get more customers. Okay, so before we get cracking, let me go ahead and just tell you guys I make awesome content all the time. So if you are trying to get more sales, if you're trying to start a business, you need to subscribe to my channel. All right, and you're gonna want to hit that little bell icon too, because that bell is gonna help you make sure you don't miss any of my content and make sure that you get all the help you need. Also, right before I get started, if anything that I say on this helps you out, give me a thumbs up on the little thing right down there. All right, it'll really help me out. Anyway, let's get right into it. How do you get more clients, right? A lot of people have businesses that they really are doing well, but they just keep hitting a certain mark and they can't seem to just get through that plateau. I'm going to help you find out how you can get more clients starting now, okay? And it's a very simple thing, and hopefully this is going to be a little bit more geared towards online marketing, because I primarily am a digital marketer. However, what I'm going to teach you can be used in newspaper ads. This can be used in articles. It can be used everywhere. All right. And as a matter of fact, this is something that I do every time that I do any campaign, whether it's I do direct marketing as well, like actual snail mail, and it works with that too. So ultimately, no matter who you are, as long as you have a business, this is for you. So, how you get more clients is by essentially changing or shifting the way that you think about getting in front of your clients. Now, what do I mean by that? Most people, if you've ever watched any videos or learned anything about advertising, a lot of times what is the common focus is get in front of your target demographic. Whenever I even say your target market or your target audience, most people immediately go to demographics, right? So they're thinking about like, oh, okay, well, this is the general gist of who this is, right? So it might be, for example, if you're a construction worker, or if I'm targeting construction workers, then most people will think, oh, okay, well, you're targeting construction workers, so we know that we're going after people who read about construction, learn about construction, this age range, this sex majority, and then we just go with it, right? And I'll say that that's a part of what is done right, but if that's not all of what you need, that's not the whole story. And if that's what you've been focusing on, you are going to fail a lot more than you win. Now, here's the reason why I say that is because if you advertise by only thinking about the demographics, your ads suck. Your advertising sucks, right? And it's really not your fault. It's a part of what it is this. What you have to do in order to not have an ad that sucks is you have to dive deeper, right? Now, your demographics are important, so please don't think I'm saying don't focus on demographics, don't look at your demographics at all, but your demographics are only a half of the story. They let you get in front of your right audience, but the ad has to be something that resonates with your audience, so it has to be something that you can, imagine yourself being in a crowded mall, right? And you're holding up a sign. That sign has to call out to the specific people that you want to come without you being able to say anything. Now, what most people do is they say, sale, half price. Okay, that's going to get some people, but bad thing is you're focused on price, and you're essentially saying all of my stuff that you buy, you should buy based on the price, because the price is the value, right? What I focus on and what I'm telling you to focus on is speaking to the heart of the person who you have as an ideal client, right? And the way that you do that is by building a customer avatar, right? You have to build basically a character that you speak to that is your ideal client. That character represents your ideal client. So if my ideal client is a construction worker, I have to know more than just the age range and the average sex and the marriage status or whatever. I have to know their interests. I have to know what turns them, what makes them completely like, no, I don't want to deal with this person at all. I have to know as much about what makes them tick as possible, right? I have to know, if I can, I want to know all of the things that my customers have in common, right? So that I can target that commonality. So, for example, with a construction worker, you may say, okay, well, this is their target demographic, but what else do they buy, right? There might be a boot, for example, that's a super duper rugged boot that's made specifically for contractors that contractors love. And if I'm selling to contractors, I think it would be best for me to know that they like that. And the reason why is because I can literally speak to the fact that they like it, right? So, hey, you wouldn't go to work without these boots, would you? Right? You get what I'm saying? And now they know that you're speaking to them because you brought up a boot that not really many people know about except for contractors, right? And so their attention is on and no one else's. And that's what you want. You want to grab the attention of your target audience and literally no one else. All right. And if you're grabbing the wrong attention, then you're wasting your advertising, right? So how do we go about finding the information, right? That's the next question, really. How do we find the information to make sure that we know our audience? How do we know what makes them tick? Well, it's through what's called psychographic, right? Psychographics is the other side. It's the opposite side of the who of your marketing. This is the why and what, I guess. All of the things that don't have necessarily a number, right? They're not quantitative, they're qualitative. There's a quality to it. And so the way that we do that is by two things we can do. So first, let me tell you, let me speak directly to the people who have not started a business or who are brand new in business and who don't have a list of clients, right, that they can just tap into. If you have no clients, the best way to find out what makes your audience tick is by doing what I call basically social listening. So social listening is when you go on to sites online, forums, you can do social media, pretty much anything that you can find, Facebook groups, so on and so forth. Anything that is a place where your audience goes and leaves comments, asks questions, stuff like that. And what you want to do is get in there and read and watch, right? You can even do it on YouTube videos. Watch as much about what's being said as possible, the questions that are being asked, especially if there's a common thread that you see. So you might see multiple questions that are all kind of in the same vein, right? Another thing that you can do is, like I said, watch videos. If there's a consistent question being asked in videos or being answered in videos, then it's a good chance that that is something that your audience is really interested in. You can also go to Amazon and look at books, look at the reviews for books, and really dive into what's being said about these books. Now, if there's a book that's directly speaking to your audience and people complain about the book, that is gold. If people say good things about that book, it's gold. All right, because it says two things. These people have bought the book, which means that they're willing to buy products in your market, all of my brand new people, and it helps you to know what has not been satisfied in the market. They're telling you the hole that you can fill for them. All right, that is social listening. Even if you have a number of clients, right, but you're just not like huge, right, or you're not. If you're not, I would say, if you're not an established business that hasn't been around for a couple of years or whatever, I would still do social listening. I do social listening, and we have, I think, about 2,000 clients. So do social listening no matter who you are, because it's gold. Now, if you have clients, right, if you have a list of clients, you should tap into that list of clients. And the best way to do that is by using surveys. So what I would do is I would, if you have clients that are all based in email, send them a survey through a service called like SurveyMonkey. I'll leave a link down in the description. SurveyMonkey basically makes it really, really easy for you to send people very short surveys so that they can give you the content or the information that you need. And I think that if you do the free version of SurveyMonkey, I think that you can do, I want to say it's like 10 survey questions, which is plenty, right? So essentially what you want to do is just ask the questions that your audience, basically ask questions that digs deep into your audience, open-ended questions that they can't just click a box for, they have to actually type, right? Because they're going to tell you more than you would ever get just by making a sale. All right, so how do you get more clients? By making good advertising that is based in both targeting your demographic through the ad placement, where you place your ads, and using psychographics to create your customer avatar, right? And you do that with social listening and surveys. So hopefully you guys get what I'm saying right now. After you do this social listening and you have your surveys and you have your information, you just fill in your customer information on your avatar, and that should literally be a sheet that everyone in your organization sees to know who they're dealing with or who they should be feeling like they're serving every time that there is a contact between a client and someone in your organization. All right, because that is essentially how you drive the most engagement and how you make customer service go from here to here. All right, you just have to really know who you're talking to, who your customer is at all times, and it will change. So that means that every so often you have to go back and adjust, because sometimes you're going to get different information than you already have. Now we are to the end of this video. And before you go, I want you to know that if you are just starting out and you're trying to figure out how to make all of this stuff work, how to make money online, go down in the description. I have a free course for you called Starter's Formula. It will only be free for a short period of time. I'm actually about to put in the finishing touches to make this course the magnum opus of beginner courses, and then I'm going to sell the course. So if you're interested in learning how to set up a business correctly so that you can make your first sale in 48 hours or less, you should check that out. Once again, this is Mike Malbro. Thank you guys for tuning in today. Hopefully you got something out of that. If you did, thumbs up on the video, and I'll see you guys on tomorrow with another video.